Hello and welcome to tonight's session, YOTA Online session number 10 already. My name is Phil, Delta Kilo 6 Sierra Papa, and I am the IARU International Amateur Radio Union Region 1 Youth Working Group Chair, and I want to welcome you everybody here around the world to our today's session. I don't want to talk about the topic yet, but I want to remind you that if you have any questions, feel free to post them underneath our live streams on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Our IT team in the back is keeping track of all of them. And if you have any questions to our today's guests, just post them there and we will forward them live on the session. So going to our agenda, what we are going to talk today about is YOTA Online, of course. As always, the event circumstances to all those new joiners for the YOTA Online session. Then we will introduce ourselves for the Who Are We. We will introduce our guests. We will have 3 interesting persons today. Then we will speak about the worldwide flora and fauna, as well as about the Island on the Air program and the Summits on the Air. Then we will have the Q&A session with your questions regarding those topics. So if you have anything, just post them underneath the streams. Then we will have the YOTA Riddle again this session, where you can win some nice ICOM merch, 2 different merch packages. And we will talk about upcoming events and stuff, and we will close the session in about 1 to 1.5 hours. So this is today's agenda, and I will hand over the microphone now to Ottawa, to Finland. Go ahead.
Thank you, Philip. As usual, first we're going through some basic stuff, including why YOTA Online and event circumstances, as well as our guests today. So first, why YOTA Online? The 2 main factors for why YOTA Online was established is that due to COVID-19 pandemic, all the planned YOTA events had to be cancelled or postponed until further notice. So still, lots of youngsters want to join YOTA activities each year and counting. So we wanted to create an interactive format on regular basis to gather youngsters all around the globe. The main thing that is great about YOTA Online is that it's open for anybody around the world and it's completely free. In the sessions, we're talking about specific topics, including a following Q&A session, answering your questions regarding the YOTA topics that we are having in the sessions. And of course, we're having a prize draw, and today's prize draw is, as well as the last times have been sponsored by ICOM. Also, special prizes for loyal viewers after several YOTA Online events, so stay tuned for the 12th session in April. Event lasting around 1 to 1.5 hours every last Thursday of the month, as usual. So, who are we? Team behind YOTA Online is a working group within IARU Region 1 Youth Working Group. We have Claudia, Philip, and Marcus from Germany, Vilma and I, Ottawa, from Finland, Martina from Czech Republic, and Peter and Jendel from Belgium. Then today's guests, we have Francesco, Italy Uniform 3, Golf November Bravo from Italy, as well as Nicolo, Italy 06, Tango Sierra Alpha from Italy, and finally Miki, Yankee Tango 3, Radio Alpha Whiskey from Serbia. Next, I will be handing over to Claudia, who will be talking about YOTA Riddle of this time, and then shortly back to the topics. Go ahead, Claudia.
Yeah, many thanks, Ottawa. As you already mentioned, I'm going to introduce you the riddle for today. It's this one. Here we go. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Also, as Ottawa mentioned, we have nice gifts from ICOM. So today we have 2 giveaways with nice merchandises from ICOM, and also just the regular process. You can fill in the form. We will going to provide the link in the chat from this live stream, but also you can scan the QR code if this is easier for you, and then you just have to fill in the form. And yeah, at the end of the session, we're going to close the form, and then we're going to announce the winners already. So what's the riddle? So basically, you just have to answer what these three abbreviations are. So what do the following abbreviations stand for? We have SOTA, we have IOTA, and we have WWFF. And this is just an abbreviation, and we would just want you to tell us what does this abbreviation stand for? So what are the words which the letters are representing? So fill out the form, and I'm sure you should be able to answer these questions while watching the session. And also keep in mind that if you have any questions regarding today's topic or YOTA in general, feel free to comment on the live stream, ask us the questions so we can discuss it later, or we can also answer your questions. So whatever is up on your mind, just let us know, and feel free to ask us. And let's get back to Ottawa, who will continue with the exploring part.
Thank you, Claudia. So after last session, we began thinking what would be the thing that we want to showcase in this session. All of these aspects of today's session are not too much so in our hobby, and we thought that it's really nice to have a little more screen time or radio time for them. And also spring is getting closer and it's time to go outdoors. So today's topics are worldwide flora fauna, which is presented by Miki from Serbia, islands on the air activities, as well as you will be hearing about IOTA contests. Nicola from Italy will be presenting about 10. And then you will have SOTA summits on the air about some SOTA activation in general, and also a little showcase of a trip to Punta Penia located in Italy, and you will be hearing about Francisco, about summits on the air. But now I will get the microphone and the screen to our first guest of today, who is Miki. Go ahead, Miki.
Thank you, Ottawa. Hi everyone, my name is Miki and I'm 14 years old and I'm from Sombor. It's a small town in northern Serbia, and my call sign is Yankee Tango 3 Radio Alpha Whiskey. Today I'm going to talk about worldwide flora and fauna. First question is, what is actually WWFF? Oh, sorry. First question is, what is actually WWFF? It's abbreviation of the Worldwide Flora and Fauna. The WWFF program is made to promote and draw attention to the importance of the protected flora and fauna areas. Amateur radio operators set up all radio equipment, operate from nature parks and protected fauna areas. WWFF is an international and non-commercial program. More than 26,000 protected flora and fauna areas are already registered in the Worldwide Flora and Fauna Directory. Or, easily to say, if you like to spend time in nature, just bring your radio station and active some protected fields in your place. Next question is, who are hunters and who are the activators? Activators are people who go to protect the areas, set up all equipment, radio station and antennas, and work USOs. Hunters are people who hunt the activators and they can operate from our radio club as usual. And here is some rules of worldwide flora and fauna. Each WWFF designated park or protected nature area is issued with a unique alphanumeric identifying number. For example, Yankee United Flora Fauna 0129. Activation will be accepted only if activator work at least 44 QSOs. If he doesn't finish his activation, he is able to come another day to make it done. There is no restriction of the power source, however, green power is preferred. The activator must be sure that all equipment is within the borders of the protected area. Here is the link where you can find more information about the WWFF rules. Next is site where you can find the map of all protected areas in your country. You can find the link on the official Worldwide Flora and Fauna website. On this slide, you can see how this map looks like. It's very easy and simple to use. In the first line, you have to choose which kind of activity you want to search for. In our case, we will choose worldwide flora and fauna. As a second step, you're able to choose your country or other country from you want to operate. I already choose my country. When you fill both fields, all the references will show on map. When you completely zoom in, you can see more information about the reference. Next question is how I became interested in flora and fauna. At first, I don't want to work flora and fauna because I think it's not interesting. But when I activate my first reference, which is Yankee United Flora Fauna 032, flora and fauna became my favorite type of work. Next few questions is what attracted me? I was actually attracted to nature and hanging out with friends because activating a protected area is a real experience. But flora and fauna isn't just sitting in one place and doing QSOs. It's much more than that. First, you have to know that you're going to that you're not going to a house, but going to a nature reserve, where you can see true nature. Everyone must try to activate some references in their country. Next is what to pay attention and what equipment should be used. You should pay attention to the weather and the environment in which you are, because you need to know if there are conditions for the setting up the equipment. You should use as possible equipment as You should use as possible portable equipment, because by nature you will not work at full power. Because in activations the goal is to have fun and not to be a best. Difference between the number of QSOs. Some countries have a different QSO goal to approve the activation. For example, in Serbia, you need 100 QSOs to approve the activation. So, when you go to activate flora and fauna, first, check the rules of your country. And that's it.
Thank you, Miki. We're about to answer. I want to remind you that if you have questions regarding to any of these topics, feel free to ask now or when the presentation are on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube chats, and we will ask the presentators about the topics after when all the presentation of today are held. But next, I will give to Nicole, and he will present you about islands on the air. Go ahead.
Okay, that's me. I hope that the screen share is okay. Hi everyone. I would like to say thank you to all the organizers for having me today. It's really a pleasure to give a little contribution to those online sessions. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nico. IZ6 TSA, as you can imagine from my call sign, I'm from Italy. I'm 27 and I'm mainly active as contester. Today we will have a brief look to the Island on the Air program, and we will concentrate more on the YOTA contest. Island on the Air YOTA stands for Island on the Air, and it's an organization that promotes the radio content with station located in Ireland. And this is like all the organization that promotes something will give hours, will issues hours to the chasers of Ireland. Yeah. Okay. Chaser of the island. Obviously, those are amps that achieve a number of contacts to the island. You can check out the website iota-world.org when everything is well documented. And briefly, this organization, despite promoting and issues hours, they built a directory in which there are almost all the island around the world. And in fact, you can check the website and see, for example, island from Europe. Island are identified by an alphanumeric string, let's say, in which the prefixes represent the continent of the island, and the suffix is a serial number given to the island. So every island has its own identifier. It can happen that some group of islands are grouped, let's say, because of that the islands are very, very small, so it's simpler to put in on a group. That's almost what is about the island on the air. As stated before, we will concentrate more on the YOTA contest, which is a contest that take place every year in the full weekend of July. It's a 24-hour contest in which you can work CW and SSB, so both modes. And the band are all the HF band except for the top band for the 160, the 1.8 megahertz. We'll have a very, very short review on the rules, which is also well described in the rsgbcc.org website. The main category are obviously the division between island and world station. Obviously, everyone in this world can take part in this contest, even if you are not on an island. So you enter the world category. The island station there are other subcategories, which are the fixed and the expedition. The difference is just the fact that on the expedition you must carry all the equipment to the island, so you don't you must not rely on almost anything on the island. So you have to carry your equipment, your antenna, your support for the antenna, your basically everything. So this is the main category of entrance for the island. Obviously, as almost any contest, you have single operator or multi-operator. For the single operator, you have assisted and unassisted. I don't know if you are, you know, other contests or you know other rules, but this contest basically follows all the rules of the other contests, basically, despite the fact that we have those particular categories that represent the island. So you can enter multi-1 or multi-2, yes, or multi-multi. I think the multi-multi is not present. Okay. And this, as stated before, is a 24-hour contest, but it offers also another subcategories, let's say, another subcategories that allows the single operator to operate only 12 hours, which can be a good thing if you don't want to play all the 24 hours. The powers, okay, you have high power, low power, and QRP. And what about the exchange? Obviously, if you are on not in an island, you just the exchange is the RST plus a serial number, and that's it. If you are on an island, you have to let's say send the RST, the serial number, and the identifier of the island in which you are transmitting. Okay. As say before, also the contest promote the activity on island, obviously, because this is the island on the air contest. So the scoring is different if you are island station or world station, but this is almost the same. The key point is that if you contact an world station, it will give you less points. If you contact an island station, it will give you a lot of points. Let's say 3 times the point that you are no, it's more actually, because if you are a world station and you are contacting an island station, you get 15 points. And if you contact another world station, you get just two points. So it's it's very interesting, and it's the main strategy of this contest is to chase all the island. So have a look to the cluster and see and look for and seek as more than you can all the island station. And that's almost everything. You can find the world rules, which are very complete, on the website of the RSGB YOTA contest. This year it will be on 24 and 25 of July, and hope to see you on the band. As last thing, I want to show you my previous experience. I took part in this contest from 2013 to almost 2016 from Croatia, in a little island in the group of South Dalmatia, near Split. Here is you can see where it's located compared to Italy, and this is a close-up in which you can find better where it's located. And this is Dravenica Valley Island. Its identifier is Europe 16. This is a view from the place that we use for contesting, and this is the sunset that you can find here. You can view there, and the direction it's west northwest. So we have north here. I don't know if you can see my pointer, and this is west. There is also Italy in 200 kilometers, a little bit more maybe. Yeah, we basically bring everything from Italy, but since we are in a house, let's say we have some support there, we have electricity, we cannot enter in the expedition category, so we usually enter in the island but fixed station. So we have those facilities that we can use. We can see here some beams. We used one year the spider beam, and another year we have always tri-bender and Mosley here at about 10 meters or maybe 11, I don't know actually. And this is another tri-bander for multipliers and yeah, chasing multipliers. Unfortunately, we are well prepared, but in 2015 we had a windstorm that broke fiberglass pole, which was used for the 40-meter vertical, yes, ground plane vertical, and he also break the mast of the spider beam, so we have to replace. And it's something that can happen during the summertime, that this very huge windstorm hit us, but in some hours of work we are back in business to finish the contest. This is some images of the internal station, and you can see him on the left. We use two radios on the same band as the RAN station. I don't know if you are comfortable with those names. Those stations are the main station that calls CQ, and we are able to listen while transmitting. So we are able to work other stations on the same band as we do CQ. And we have another station which is located on another room, which is the multiplier. And basically this station chase all the other island and those islands that we need as multiplier. As almost all the contests, and also as Italian, we like to stay together and a good time, and almost every contest lead to a good lunch after the contest and have fun all together. Yeah, it's almost that's it. What I wanted to show you today. And obviously, if you have any question, we can answer later on. Thank you very much for your attention. Yeah, you can hear me.
It's nice about Islands on the air. When we now, yes, sir. It was nice to hear about Islands on the air, but now we will get off from the water level and go to the heights with SOTA summits on the air. which is going to be presented to us by Francisco. But first, I want to also remind you that if you have any questions related to the topics, feel free to comment now on the live streams, and we will answer them after this presentation. Now, Francisco, please go ahead.
Hi here. My name is Francesco. I'm from north part of Italy. I'm living in Verona, the city of Romeo and Juliet, if you know. And my call sign is IARU And today I will talk you about some summit on the year. So as we can see from the name, with the abbreviation, Summit on the Year, state for Summit on the Year. So is an award scheme designed especially for portable operation in mountain environments. And the funny things, the important thing is that you can receive and make an awards as an activators with people that go to the peaks and put up set up antennas and radios and do QSOs and chasers who either operate from home or local and try to connect the activators. General principles. SOTA is an international award, so the rule is the same in all over the world, but the peak reference and assignment of alphanumeric codes to the peaks is managed by the local association in each country. Also, the SOTA scoring is based obviously on level, and the award is managed from an internet website, and yes. So SOTA peaks is a peaks that obviously is greater than 150 meters, and that has a vertical separation of the same height. And here we can see on the right side an example of a SOTA station. And yeah, how do I participate? Basically you have to contact the activators and do QSO with the people also involved in this award. The main three category you can enter is activators, as we said, the people who activates the peak, chasers who wanna work the activators, and shortwave listener or SVL that listen only the QSO and then send the log to the manager. Obviously, equipment needs to be smaller, light, and efficient. So thinking of the radio, speaking of radio, it's common to see in photos of activators, I don't know, Yaesu FT817 or Elecraft KX3, that is very smaller, efficient, and also they have both a very good receiver. And obviously they run on battery power that has to be also power efficient, and because if you have to run the station for multiple hours, you cannot rely on electrical current or other source of energy, so you have to be self-sufficient. We can usually the activation is made on VHF and also on HF. On the right side, we can see that on the speaking of the HF band, each HF band, there is a fixed frequency that everyone should leave empty to allow activators to call CQ and hear by any station. Obviously, because of the QRP equipment on the HF, most of the contact is done in CW, while on VHF is common also to have SSB activation, and also in sometimes FM activation, which is a very fun, very good. It was a very good way to contact and pick by FM, because it's very difficult. Now I want to introduce you the last activation I did with others, YOTA Italian mates. Me, I3GMB, Sebastian, Italy Nancy 3 Foxtrot Ocean X-ray, and Matteo, Italy United 2 Golf Lima. We made up to a peak that is Punta Penia, is the name in Italian, and this is the highest peak of Marmolada mountain. And you can only made to these peaks by either by a fixed rope or a glacier. We opt for the fixed rope because we are not skilled to take to go over the glacier, and is located as you can see in the map in the north part, obviously in the Dolomite, and has a very good opening both for Germany and North Country, and also for the south part of Italy. For example, I did all contact with a German station located in Berlin, and also with the Italian station located in south part of Italy. And you can easily do contacts that with the station that is thousands kilometers distance from you. The setup we used is the homemade element 6-element Yagi, originally designed by Delta Kilo 7 Zulu Bravo, and also as we said before, we use the Yeso FT817, and we use the lithium battery because the power is efficient. Yeah, this is the me and Sebastian operating the station, and then my father taking some picture. And now if it's possible to start the video, I'll stop my share.
Meanwhile, while our IT is setting up the video,
Ok, comunque arrivi in 9 più e il progressivo è il numero 1. Numero 1 qui da Punta Penia in cima alla Marmolada.
Okay, as you see in the video, it took about a long time to reach the peak, but the activation was very interesting and also very good experience. So if you have questions or other other question you want to ask me, I'm here and glad to ask you, to hear you.
So now, yeah, also many thanks, Francesco, for also telling us about the SOTA. We will go to the questions shortly. So also for the listeners, please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. Yeah, but shortly, I want to remind you about our nice YOTA riddles, where you can win 2 nice ICOM merchandises. So let's just quickly look at the question again. So we basically just want to know, what is the abbreviation SOTA, IOTA, and WWFF? I hope you can now easily answer them. And yeah, you have around 1 to 2 minutes left to fill out the Google form, and then we're going to announce the winner. Then we're going to, yeah, of course, show you the solution again, but we will then also announce our lucky winners. Yeah, so, but first of all, let's go and look at the questions. So I have some for both of you. So regarding SOTA and IOTA, and yeah, so just for the rest, there's 1 minute left for the riddle now. Yeah, but okay, let's look at the question. So one is, and I think pretty funny one. Is there anything which actually fell once from a mountain, or where like got lost on the hiking trail somewhere where you couldn't reach it? So Francesco, do you remember one of these situations? Probably.
Sorry, I have a problem with the internet connection. Could you repeat?
Of course, no worries. Yeah, is there anything which fell from a mountain, or like which got lost during the hiking trail where you couldn't reach it anymore?
We have a GoPro camera, if you know, attached on one of our helmets, and then fall down, and we have to go down and catch it and then go ahead with the trip. So we had some problems with video cameras and other types of camera related things.
Okay, but you've been able to get them again.
Yes,
That's
fortunately.
That's great. And luckily, of course, it's also said to not have the cameras, but luckily all the equipment was
yeah.
safe. Yeah, and basically also the same question goes also pretty well for IOTA. So was there anything which actually ever fall into the water while you've been on boat or trying to get it on or off the boat? So was there something which got lost in the water, Nicolo?
Fortunately, no. But was too many times happened that we lost something at home, and we need to quick find a solution and to fix the problem. I remember maybe the first or the second year, if I remember well, we lost the main mast of the support of an antenna. So we had to make from scratch in the island, actually, with let's say with no tools at all, something that can handle all the antennas and so use the antenna in the contest. So it happens many times. Also, we had a lot of faults, so we need to repair something in the island also with not too much tools. So that's the funny things that can happen on the islands.
Yeah, that's true. And I also have a second question. Do you guys have any tips for the power supply? Because we definitely need some power to get on air, to get Hamradio working, all our equipment. So on the islands, probably if it's a huge island, you might have some general power. Probably sometimes you have to take your own, I don't know, like huge battery with you or something. Like, do you have any tips for that? On how do you normally cope with the power on the islands?
Yeah, you need to take. Everyone needs to take into account that the contest lasts for 24 hours. So you need to have enough power to run the whole contest. And if you have also multiple radios, you need to power up multiple radios. You need to power up computers. Years we didn't have actually any power from the grid, so we need to use batteries and solar panels. We entered that years in the low power category for that reason. Fortunately, we got also power supply, so we can take the power from the grid. So now you don't need to care about the power. So the tips I can give is that you need to plan everything and be prepared for the worst case possible. So that's almost it. Yeah, there are multiple choices for multiple system that can handle those power requirements, but you need to plan and design the right power system for the countess, basically.
That's true, and it's also a good point. Of course, if you're QRP, so basically if you're sending with less than 5 watts, you definitely don't need that much power compared to if you want to do high power in contest. That's true. Yeah, but also of course for hiking, I think power is also like probably a huge issue, because if you have batteries, then they can be quite heavy. So you basically need something quite lightweight and also probably long lasting. So I don't know, Francesco, do you have any tips for that, or how do you cope with the power issues?
That's right. Especially during the activation I spoke before, we used the lithium battery that is very light and also has a very high capacity compared to the dimension. And yeah, so especially another tips, I think it's important to have a backup battery in order to cope with probably a failure of the primary battery because of the temperatures or other facts that you have to take in account, because you are operating from high altitude and with unknown weather, basically.
That's true. Yeah, that's also a good thing to remind. Yeah. So great. Thank you again for you two, and also of course to Mickey for the worldwide flora, fauna, and IOTA and SOTA. And yeah, that's basically also from today. But of course, we want to look at the riddle. So I hope everyone filled out the form. We're about to announce the winners, but first of all, let's look at the solution. Yeah, so of course, SOTA stands for Summits on the Air, or if you just want to take the singular, then it's of course Summit on the Air. IOTA is simply just Islands on the Air or Islands on the Air, and WWFF, I'm not sure what is shorter, if it's the abbreviation or just worldwide flora and fauna. So yeah, let's see who's our lucky winner for today.
Yes, all right. So the first thing is going to be an ICOM vest. You can see on the left here, and that one will go to Francesco, Charlie Uniform 3 Alpha Uniform. So congratulations to the Azores. That's a rare one to find. All right, and the second one, that's going to be a merge package of a cap, a mask, USB stick, a drawer organizer, and of course lanyards. And this is going to go to Laza, Yankee Uniform 3 Lima Alpha X-Ray. So congratulations to Serbia for the merge package.
So we're gonna contact you right after the session, and yeah, by email you provided on the Nextcloud forum. And yeah, if you have received our email, please reply with your address so we can ship the stuff to your home QTH, which is the location where you live in. And then yeah, let's see when they arrive. Some packages are still on the way. For example, the package to South Africa has not arrived yet. The radio we have given away a few sessions ago. It's on the way, So let's see when this one arrives. So you see here's some previous winners already from the ICOM packages, who are Furkan and Johannes from Turkey and Germany. So you will receive the same package, or at least Serbia will receive this package. And yeah, so these are the lucky winners from the pack from the last ones. But let's go ahead with a little December YOTA month 2020 update. So we had this in the last session, the session number 9. If you want to rewatch, just go to YouTube and search for session 9. I want to give you a short update on this one. As we have announced last time, all the award, the award achievements. So we're gonna give away the wooden plaques this year for the first time. They are already in production, and we had announced 7 different categories where we only awarded 6 until the last YOTA online session, because we didn't have a winner for the youngsters session under the age of 26. And we asked our YOTA community to apply for this plaque, and we got several inquiries, and the one with the most points, probably you saw this already on our social media, was Arvet, Mike 0 Kilo Delta Sierra, who is 19 years old, from England, from the southern part of England. And he won the best overall score youngster under the age of 26 plaque. So congrats again, Arvid. Was a great achievement for you as well. And those wooden plaques are already in production, and we will inform all the winners once we have the shipping details and the tracking number, so you can get your plaques as soon as possible. Furthermore, also update regarding the QSL cards. If you still want to receive your QSLs, feel free to apply for them on the ClubLock OQRS system, which is linked on the events homepage for December YOTA month, as well as the SWL form also on the website. If you want to apply for any SWL QSL cards, just type in the information there, and we will verify within our database and get this with in the badge we're gonna print in a week or 1.5 weeks. So we will prepare the file over the weekend, and then feel free to apply for those QSL cards. We have already over 10,000 contacts who will be printed on the cards. So feel free. You still have some time. The OQRS will stay open, so we will do a second batch as well. But if you want to receive as soon as possible, do it as soon as possible. So this for the update for December YOTA month. Then we will just shortly go over to the upcoming events. YOTA online session number 11 is upcoming on Thursday, the 25th of March, 2503. 2021, not 2020, at 1900 UTC. So same time as this time, as we are still in the winter time, and the main topic will be announced shortly on our social media channels. Then we have another event upcoming. The first camp for 2021 is going to happen. Fortunately, YOTA Oceania and the YOTA friends from New Zealand do not have that restrictions that we have in Region 1, so they can have a camp right now at the moment. So they are just preparing the last stuff to be on the air this weekend on the 27th and 28th of February 2021. They will be on the air as Zulu Lima 6 Yankee Oscar Tango Alpha. If you go to our social media channels on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, you can click a link to the cluster system, and you can automatically see every spot they get and try to work them. So they will be mainly working the Yock White Memorial Field Day, but they promise to be on the air on 20 and 15 as well. Towards Region 1 and Region 2 to gain as many contacts as possible. So try to give them a call on the bands, and hope to get some youngsters on the air there. And as I said, the first batch of DYM QSL cards will be printed soon, so request your stuff as soon as possible. So then we are already at the session closing. We appreciate your feedback on our social media profiles. Just direct message us or send us an email if you prefer to pr@ham-yota.com. We are everywhere on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, and also on Instagram. So we would appreciate also follow there. Yeah, share the stuff with your friends. We really appreciate if we get new followers. And yeah, this is for this here. And if you go to Instagram and TikTok, we have already provided there some content. New content is coming up shortly, so make sure to follow us there as well. Our Finnish and Czech Republic friends are preparing great new content as soon as possible. So Instagram @hamyota_official and TikTok @hamyota. So give us a follow there. We appreciate every follower. So many thanks for joining today's 10th session of YOTA Online. Many thanks again to our guests today, Nico, Francesco, and Miki. Was a pleasure having you today, as well as to our IT team in the back and everyone involved. Many thanks again, and hope to catch you next time. Stay informed about all our activities on the social media channels as well as on the homepage. And yeah, hope to catch you later. Stay tuned and stay active on the bands. 73s, which is have a nice evening, and hope to see you later. 73s from the YOTA Online team. Bye-bye.